in the summer of 2009. I went to Arizona and filmed our home stakes Pioneer Trek. And this is a pretty big event for the stake, and they put a lot of time and a lot of preparation into it, so they wanted to document it. So they had brother Brian Snyder. He was asked to be the stake trek video guy and asked me to help him out. So we packed some cameras and went out with all the Pioneer youth and filmed the trek. So we would ride our ATVs all throughout the path of the trekkers. So they kind of went in a circle that was 20 miles long, and then we had all these crossroads going through the middle of the circle. Some of these roads were pretty intense. And I had ridden quads before, but Brian, this was his first time really on an ATV. But on the last day of the trek, we were hurrying to get in front of the trekkers as they finished. And we come across a spot that's really bumpy, and so bumpy that your natural reaction is to put your foot down on the ground because you feel like you're gonna fall one way or the other. Just maybe 30 seconds to a minute after I put my foot down to try to stabilize myself, I hear Brian just screaming, "Daniel! Daniel!" So I turned around and he's probably 15 feet back, just laying in the middle of the road. His foot had gotten caught under the quad and sucked under the wheel, and it pulled him off of the quad. I turned my quad around and rode back, and his leg was just completely backwards. So, like, his foot was like that, just the wrong way, completely. We were probably 4 miles away, so it took me maybe 15-20 minutes to go find everybody. But I found them, and it was really a miracle that I found them and was able to get back to Brian, because there's so many crossroads. We got lost throughout that week. We got lost probably 10 times, but it was able to find him and get right back to Brian, no problem. And at that point, we missed filming the trekkers come in, so that was kind of a bummer, but I mean, we had to get Brian back. So we pulled into the main camp with Brian in the back of the SUV, and at that point it was so bad that we had to have him airlifted out. So Brian was supposed to be the editor for this documentary. I was only 17, but I put together all these interviews and all these really cool trek B-roll shots and did the best I could, and actually turned out really cool. I kind of realized that film was something more than just a hobby for me. It was something special and something that I felt this almost a calling to, and I really wanted to keep doing stuff like that. I didn't want that to be the last time I got to show people something and get good feedback and have it help people feel closer to God or feel closer to each other or just feel happy in general. So now I'm a film major at BYU. It's great. So I'm not grateful that he broke his leg, but I'm really grateful that I got to edit it and put it together because it's shaped who I am today.